Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Mudananda Maha. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Mudananda Maha. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Mere Guru Maha. Muktananda Maha. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Mudananda Maha. Jaya Sadaguru Mudananda Maha. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Mudananda Maha. Jaya Sadaguru Mudananda Maha. Sadaguru Bhagavan. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Muktananda Maha. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Muktananda Maha. Jaya Sadaguru Bhagavan. Om Guru Jaya Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru Sachidananda Guru Nityananda Sadaguru Sachidananda Guru Muktananda Sadaguru नमोऽस्त्वनन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादा शिशिरोर्बहवे सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटि युगधारिणे नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय गुरवे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये निरालम्बाय तेजसे नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे शिष्यसंसारहारिणे भक्तकार्यैकदेहाय नमस्ते सदात्मने। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो गुरुभ्यो गुरुपादुकाभ्यो नमः परेभ्यः परपादुकाभ्यः आचार्यसिद्धेश्वरपादुकाभ्यो नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यः। ऐङ्कारलिङ्काररहस्ययुक्ता त्रिङ्कारगूढा तमहाविभूत्या ओङ्कारमर्म प्रतिपादिनेभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। होत्वा निहोत्वा निहवेशहोत्र होमानि सर्वा प्रतिभासमानम् यद्ब्रह्मतर्वो धविताविणेभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। कामादिसर्प व्रज गदारुडाभ्यां विवेकवैराग्यनिधिप्रदाभ्यां बोधपदाभ्यां युद्धाम् अनन्तसंसारसमुद्रताल लौकायिकाभ्यां स्थिरभक्तिदाभ्यां जाड्यादिसंशोषणवाणवाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ अस्य श्री गुरुगीता स्तोत्रमन्त्रस्य भगवान् सदाशिवऋषि नानाविधानि छन्दांसि श्री गुरु परमात्मा देवता हम बीजं सा शक्ति कीलकम् श्री गुरु प्रसाद सिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः हंसाभ्यां परिवृत्तपत्रकमले दिव्ये जगत्कारणे विश्वकीर्णमनेकदेहनिलये स्वच्छन्दमामेक्षया तद्योतं वदशम्भवं तु चरणं दीपाङ्कुरग्राहिणं प्रत्यक्षाक्षरविग्रहं गुरुपदं ध्यायेत् विभुं शाश्वताम्। चतुर्विधा पुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः। सुतोवाच कैलासशिखरे रम्ये भक्तिसन्धानदायकं प्रणम्य पार्वती भक्त्या शङ्करं वन्दे पृच्छते। श्रीदेव्योवाच ॐ नमो देवदेवेश भगवत्पदजगद्गुरो सदाशिव महादेव गुरुदीक्षां प्रदेहि मे। येन मार्गेण भवस्वामी देहि ब्रह्ममयो भवेत् त्वं कृपां कुरु मे स्वामी नमामि चरणौ तव। ईश्वर उवाच ममारोपासि त्वं त्वत्प्रीत्यर्थं वदाम्यहं लोकोपकारका प्रश्नो न केनापि कृता पुरा। दुर्लभं त्वेषु लोकेषु तच्छृणुष्व वदाम्यहं गुरुं विना ब्रह्मणान्यत् सत्यं सत्यं वदामि। वेदशास्त्रा पुराणानि इतिहासादिकानि च मन्त्रयन्त्रादिविद्याश्च श्रुतिरुच्चाटनादिकाम् शैव शाक्तकर्मादीनि अन्यानि विविधानि च अपभ्रंशकराणिह जीवानां भ्रान्तचेतसाम्। यज्ञोवृत्तं तपोदानं जपस्तीर्थं तथैव च गुरुतत्त्वमविज्ञाय गूढास्ते च गते जनाः। बुद्ध्यात्मनो नान्यत् सत्यं विद्या जगन्माया देहे चाज्ञानसम्भवा उदयो यत्प्रकाशेन गुरुशब्देन कथ्यते। सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा श्रीगुरुपादसेवनात् देहि ब्रह्म भवेद्यस्मात् त्वत्कृपार्थं वदामि ते। गुरुपादाम्बुजं स्मृत्वा जलं शिरसि धारयेत् सर्वतीर्थावगाहस्य सम्प्राप्नोति फलं नरः। शोषणं पापभङ्गस्य दीपनं ज्ञानतेजसां गुरुपादोदकं सम्यक् संसारार्णवतारकम् अज्ञानमूलहरणं जन्मकर्मनिवारणं ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं गुरुपादोदकं पीत्वा गुरुरुचिष्टभोजनं गुरुमूर्ते सदा ध्यानं गुरुमन्त्रं सदा जपेत् काशीक्षेत्रं तन्निवासो जाह्नवे चरणोदकं गुरुर्विश्वेश्वरा साक्षात् तारकं ब्रह्मनिश्चितम् गुरुपादोदकं यत्तो गय्यासो सूक्षयो वटा तीर्थराज प्रयादश्च गुरुमूर्ते नमो नमः गुरुमूर्तिं स्मरे नित्यं गुरुनाम सदा जपे गुरुराज्ञां प्रकुर्वीता गुरुरन्यं न भावयेत् गुरुवत्र स्थितं ब्रह्म प्राप्यते तत्प्रसादतः गुरुर्ध्यानं सदा कुर्यात् उल्लस्वे स्वपदेर्यथा स्वाश्रमं च स्वजातिं च स्वकीर्तिपुष्टिवर्धनम् एतत् सर्वं परित्यज्य गुरुरन्यं अनन्या चिन्तयन्तो मां सुलभं परमं पदं तस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन गुरुराराधनं कुरु त्रैलोक्ये स्फुटवत्तारो देवाद्यसुरपन्नगाः गुरुवत्र स्थिता विद्या गुरुभक्त्या तु सभ्यते गुप्तारस्त्वन्धकारश्च गुप्तारस्तेज उच्यते अज्ञानग्रासकं ब्रह्म गुरुरेव न संशयः गुप्तार प्रथमो वर्णो मायादिगुणभासकः गुप्तारो द्वितीयो ब्रह्म मायाभ्रान्ति पदं श्रेष्ठं देवानामपि दुर्लभम् आहाहो गणश्चैव गन्धर्वैश्च प्रपूज्यते ध्रुवं तेषां च सर्वेषां नास्ति तत्त्वं गुरुपरम् आसनं शयनं वस्त्रं भूषणं वा साधकेन प्रदातव्यम् गुरुसन्तोषकारकं गुरुराराधनं कार्यम् अधिवितं निवेदयेत् कर्मणा मनसा वाचा नित्यमाराधयेत् गुरुं दीर्घदण्डं नमस्कृत्य निर्लज्जो गुरुसन्निधौ शरीरमिन्द्रियं प्राणां सद्गुरुभ्यो निवेदयेत् आत्मदारादिकं सर्वं सद्गुरुभ्यो निवेदयेत् तुम्मिकिट्टा भस्मविष्टा दुर्गन्धिमल्लमुद्रकं रेक्ष्मरक्तं प्रचामांसं वञ्चयेन्न वरानने संसारवृक्षमारूढ पतन्तो नरकार्णवे येन चैव धृता सर्वे तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः एतवे जगतामेव संसारार्णवसितवे संभवे सर्वविज्ञानं संभवे गुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य यस्य स्थित्या सत्यमिदं यद्भाति भानुरूपता प्रियं पुत्रादि यत्प्रीत्या तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। येन चित्तायते हितं चित्तं चित्तायते नयं जाग्रत्स्वप्न सुषुप्त्यादि तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यस्य ज्ञानादिदं विश्वं न दृश्यं भिन्न भेदता सद्येकरूपरूपाय तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यस्य मतं तस्य मतं मतं यस्य न वेदसाः अनन्यभावभावाय तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नानारूपमिदं सर्वं न केनाप्यस्ति भिन्नता कालकालमुता चैव यदङ्घ्रिकमलद्वन्द्वं द्वन्द्वतापनिवारकं तारकं सर्वदा पद्यम् शिवे गुरुदे गुरुस्वाता गुरुकृते शिवो नहि तस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन श्रीगुरुं शरणं व्रजे। वन्दे गुरुपरद्वन्द्वं ब्रह्मणश्चित्तगोचरं श्वेतरक्तप्रभाविनं शिवशक्त्यात्मकं परम् रूपकारं च गुणातीतं रूपकारं रूपवर्जितं गुणातीतस्वरूपं च अतिनेत्र सर्वसाक्षी अचतुर्बाहुरच्युता अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा अयं मयाञ्जलिर्बद्धो दयासागरवृद्धये यदनुग्रहतो जन्तु चित्रसंसारमुक्तिभाग् श्रीगुरो परमं रूपं दिव्यकाचक्षुषोमुखं मन्दभाग्या न पश्यन्ति अन्धासुर्योदयं यथा श्रीनाथचरणद्वन्द्वं यस्यां दिशि विराजते तस्यै दिशि नमस्कुर्यात् भक्त्यप्रतिदिनं प्रिये। तस्यै दिशै सततमञ्जलिवेश आर्ये प्रक्षिप्यते मुखरितो मधुपैर्बुद्धैश्च जागर्ति यत्र भगवान् गुरुचक्रवर्ती विश्वोदय प्रलय नाटक नित्य साक्षी श्रीनाथादि गुरुत्रयं गणपतिं पीठत्रयं भैरवं सिद्धौघं बटुकत्रयं बुधयुगं ज्योतिर्गमं मण्डलम् वीराञ्जष्कचतुष्कषष्टिनवकं वीरावल्ली पञ्चकम् श्रीमन्मालिनीमन्त्रराजसहितं वन्दे गुरुमण्डलम् अभ्यस्तै सकलै सुदीर्घमण्डलैः व्याधिप्रदै दुष्करैः प्राणायामशतैरनेककरणे दुःखात्मके दुर्जये यस्मिन्नभ्युदिते विनश्यति बले वायु स्वयं तत्क्षणात् प्राप्तं तत्सहजं स्वभावमनिशम् भवेदनन्तस्य शिवस्य चिन्तनं स्वदेशिकस्यैव च नाम कीर्तनं भवेदनन्तस्य शिवस्य कीर्तनं यत्पादरेणुकणिका कापि संसारवारिधे सेतुबन्धाय ते नाथम्
देशिकं तमुपास्महे
यस्मादनुग्रहं लब्ध्वा महदज्ञानमुत्सृजे तस्मै श्रीदेशिकेन्द्राय
नमः सर्वेशसिद्धये
पादाब्जं सर्वसंसार दावानलविनाशकम् ब्रह्मरन्ध्रे स्थितं भोजा
मध्यस्थं चन्द्रमण्डले
अकट्ठादित्रिवेकाब्जे सहस्रदलमण्डले हंसपार्श्वत्रिकोणे च
हरेतन्नाट्यकं गुरुम्
सकला भुवनसृष्टि कल्पिता शेषपुष्टिः निखिला निगमदृष्टिः सम्पदं व्यक्तदृष्टिः अवगुणपरिमाष्टे तत्पदार्थैकदृष्टिः निर्गुणपरनिष्ठिः सकला भुवनारंगा सापन्ना संभयष्टिः सकरुणा सदृष्टिः सत्त्वमाला समष्टिः सकला समया सृष्टि सच्चिदानंद दृष्टि निवसतु मयि नित्यं श्री गुरु दिव्य दृष्टि अग्निशुद्धं समन्तात् ज्वाला पविचका धिया मंत्रराजमिमं मन्ये तार्निशं पापवृत्तिता तद्दैजते तन्नैजते तद्दूरे तत्समीपके तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य तदु सर्वस्य बाह्यता अजो अजो च अन्नादिनिधन स्वयं अविकारशिदानन्द अपूर्वाणां परं नित्यं स्वयं ज्योतिर्निरामयं वीरजं परमाकाशं ध्रुवमानन्दमव्ययम् युद्धे प्रत्यक्षमैतेय मण्डुमानश्चतुष्टयम् यस्य चात्मा ततो वेद देशिकं च सदा स्मरेत् मन्नन्नं यद्भवं कार्यं तद्वदामि महामते साधुत्वं च मया दृष्टा अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरात्मा वेदान्ताम्बुज सूर्यो यस्मै श्रीगुरवे यस्य स्मरणमकृन्न ज्ञानमुत्पद्यते स्वयं य एव सर्वसम्प्राप्ते तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनं नादबिन्दुकलातीतं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सावरं जङ्गमं चैव तदचैव चराचरं व्याप्तं येन जगत्समारूढः तत्त्वमाला विभूषिता मुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाताय तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्ता सागरपर्यन्ता तीर्थस्नानादिकं फलम् गुरुरङ्घ्रिपयो बिन्दु सहस्रं श्रीर्दुर्लभम् गुरुरुष्टे गुरुस्ताता गुरुरुष्टे न कश्चन तस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन
श्रीगुरुं शरणं व्रजे
गुरुरेव जगत्सर्वं ब्रह्म विष्णु शिवात्मकं गुरुपरतरं नास्ति
तस्मात् सम्पूजयेत् गुरुम्
ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं लभ्यते गुरुभक्तिता गुरुपरतरं नास्ति
श्रेयोऽसो गुरुमार्गिने
यस्मात् परतरं नास्ति नित्यनित्यति वैश्रुतिः मनसा वचसा चैव नित्यमाराधयेत् गुरुम् गुरुकृपा प्रसादेन ब्रह्म विष्णु सदाशिवाः समर्था प्रभवादौ च केवलं गुरुसेवया देवकिन्नरगन्धर्वाः पितरो यक्षचारणाः मुनयोऽपि न जानन्ति
गुरुशुश्रूषणे विधिम्
माहङ्कारगर्वेण तपो विद्याबलान्विताः संसारकुहरावर्ते घटयत्रे यथा गताः न मुक्ता देव गन्धर्वा पितरो यक्षकिन्नरा विषया सर्वसिद्धाश्च
गुरुसेवा परन्मुखा
ज्ञानं शून्यं महादेवी सर्वानन्दप्रदायकं सर्वसौख्यकरं नित्यं
मुक्तिमुक्तिविदायकम्
श्रीमत्परब्रह्म गुरुं स्मरामि श्रीमत्परब्रह्म गुरुं वदामि श्रीमत्परब्रह्म गुरुं नमामि श्रीमत्परब्रह्म गुरुं भजामि ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिम्
अन्वाचितं गगनसदृशान् तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्षाम्
एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि नित्यं शुद्धं निराभासं निराकारं निरञ्जनं नित्यबोधं चिदानन्दम्
गुरुब्रह्मानमम्याम्
पदम्बुजे कर्णिकमध्य संस्थे सिंहासने संस्थितदिव्यमूर्तिम् ध्याये गुरुं चन्द्रकलाप्रकाशम्
पुस्तकभीष्टवरं ददानम्
श्वेताम्बरं श्वेतविलेपपुष्पं मुक्ताविभूषं मुदितं दिव्यज्ञानं
वामाङ्कपित्तसितदिव्यशक्तिं मन्दस्मितं सान्द्रकृपानिरानम्
आनन्दमानन्दकरं प्रसन्नं ज्ञानस्वरूपं निजबोधयुक्तं योगीन्द्रमीड्यं भवरोगवैद्यं श्रीमद्गुरुं नित्यमहं
नमामि
यस्मिन् सृष्टिस्थितिध्वंस निग्रहात्मकं नित्यं पञ्चविंशं
वासवे त्वं नमाम्याम्
प्रातःशिराशिशुक्लाब्जे द्विनेत्रं द्विभुजं गुरुं वरभययुतं शान्तं मवेतं नाम न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं शिवशासनता 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 इदमेव शिवं त्विदमेव शिवं त्विदमेव शिवं त्विदमेव शिवं मम शासनतो मम शासनतो मम शासनतो मम शासनता एवमिदं गुरुं ध्यात्वा ज्ञानमुत्पद्यते स्वयं तत्सद्गुरु प्रसादेन मुक्तोऽहमिति भावये गुरुदर्शितमार्गेण मनःशुद्धिं तु कारये तद्नित्यं खण्डये सर्वं ज्ञेयं सर्वस्वरूपं च ज्ञानं च मन उच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयसमं कुर्याम् एवं श्रुत्वा महादेवी गुरुनिन्दां करोति यः संयाति नरकं घोरं सर्वचन्द्रदिवाकरम् यावत् कल्पान्तको देहः तावदेव गुरुं स्मरेत् गुरुर्लोको न कर्तव्यः स्वच्छन्दो यदि वा भवेत् हुङ्कारेण न वक्तव्यम् आज्ञशिष्यैकतञ्चन गुरुरग्नेन वक्तव्यम् वासत्यं च कराचना गुरुत्वं कृत्यहं कृत्य गुरुं निर्जित्य वादताः अरण्ये निर्जले देशे भवेत् ब्रह्मराक्षसः मुनिभिः पन्नगैर्वापि सुरैर्वा शापितो यदि कालमृत्युभयाद्वापि गुरुरक्षति पार्वती अशक्ता हि सुराध्याश्च अशक्ता मुनयस्तथा गुरुशापेन ते शीघ्रं जयं यान्ति न संशयः मन्त्रराजमिदं देवी गुरुरित्यक्षरद्वयम् स्मृतिवेदार्थवाक्येन गुरुसाक्षात् परं पदम् श्रुतिस्मृति अविज्ञाय केवलं गुरुसेवकाः एवै सन्न्यासिना प्रोक्ता चित्तदेवेशधारिणा नित्यं ब्रह्म निराकारं निर्गुणं बोधयेत् परम् सर्वं ब्रह्म निराभासम् गुरुकृपाप्रसादेन आत्मारामं निरीक्षये अन्येन गुरुमार्गेण आत्मज्ञानं प्रवर्तते आब्रह्मसम्भपर्यन्तं परमात्मस्वरूपकं सावरं जङ्गमं चैव प्रणमामि जगन्मयम् वन्देऽहं सच्चिदानन्दं वेदातीतं गदाधरं नित्यं पूर्णं निराकारं निर्गुणं स्वात्मसंस्थितम् परत्परत्परं देयं नित्यमानन्दकारकं विद्याकाशमध्यस्थं शुद्धस्फटिकसन्निभम् स्फटिकाप्रतिमारूपं दृश्यते दर्पणे यथा तत्तात्मनि चिदाकारम् आनन्दं अंगुष्ठमात्रपुरुषं ध्यायत चिन्मयं हृदि तत्र स्फुरति भावो यन्नतं कथयाम्यहम् अगोचरं तथा गम्यं नामरूपविवर्जितं निःशब्दं तद्विजानीयात् स्वभावं ब्रह्म पार्वती यथा गन्धा स्वभावेन कर्पूरत्वसमादिषु शीतोष्णादि स्वभावेन तथा ब्रह्मा च शाश्वतम् स्वयं तथा विद्धो भूत्वा स्थातव्यं यत्र कुत्रचित् शीतब्रह्मरवत्तत्र ज्ञानं भवति तादृशम् गुरुध्यानं तथा कृत्वा स्वयं ब्रह्ममयो भवे पिंडे पदे तथा रूपे श्री पार्वती उवाच पिंडं किंतु महादेव पदं किं समुदारितं रूपातीतं च रूपं किं एतद्दत्ताय शंकरा श्री महादेव उवाच पिंडं कुंडलिनी शक्ति पदं हंसमुदारितं रूपं बिन्दुरिति ज्ञेयं रूपातीतं निरञ्जनम् पिंडे मुक्ता पदे मुक्ता हृदे मुक्ता वदन्ते रूपातीते प्रिये मुक्ता श्रीमुक्तानाथ संशया स्वयं सर्वमयो भूत्वा परं तत्त्वं विलोकये पर्वतपरतरं नान्यत् सर्वमेकं निवारयामि तस्यावलोकनं प्राप्य सर्वसंगा विवर्जिता एकाकी निःस्पृहा शान्तः लब्धं वा न लब्धं वा स्वल्पं वा बहुलं तथा निष्कामेनैव भोक्तव्यं सदा सन्तुष्टते च सा सर्वज्ञा पदमित्याहुः देहि सर्वमयो बुधा सदानंद सदा शांतो यत्त्वैव तिष्ठते सोऽपि सद्देश पुण्यभाजनं मुक्तस्य लक्षणं देहि तवाग्रे कथितं मया उपदेशस्तथा देवी गुरुमार्गेण मुक्तिदा गुरुभक्ति तथा ज्ञानं अन्येन यद्भवेत् कार्यं तद्वदामि महामते लोकोपकारकं देवी लौकिकं तु न भावये लौकिकात् कर्मणो यान्ति ज्ञानहीना भवार्णवम् ज्ञानी तो भावयेत् सर्वं इदं तो भक्तिभावेन पठते शृण्वते यदि लिखित्वा तत्त्वदातव्यं सर्वं सफलं भवेत् गुरुगीतात्मकं देवे शुद्धतत्त्वं मयोदितं भवव्याधिविनाशार्थं स्वयमेव जपे सदा गुरुगीताक्षरैकन्तु मन्त्रराजमिमं जपे अन्ये च विविधा मन्त्रा अलं नरन्ति षोडशी अनन्तफलमाप्नोति गुरुगीता जपेन तु सर्वपापप्रशमनं सर्वदारिद्र्यनाशनम् कालमृत्युभयहरं सर्वसङ्कटनाशनं यक्षराक्षसभूतानां चोरव्याघ्रभयापहम् महाव्याधिहरं सर्वं विभूतिसिद्धिदं भवेत् अथवा मोहनं वश्यं स्वयमेव जपेत् सदा वस्त्रासन्ने च दारिद्र्यं पाषाणे रोगसम्भवा वेदिन्यं दुःखमाप्नोति कृष्णाजिन्ये ज्ञानसिद्धिर्मोक्ष श्रीव्याघ्रचर्मणि दुःशासन्ये ज्ञानसिद्धि सर्वसिद्धिस्तु कम्बले कुशैवा दुर्वया देवी आसने शुभ्रकम्बले उपविश्य ततो देवी जपेदेकान्तमानसा ध्येयं शुक्लं च शान्त्यर्थं वश्ये भक्तासनं श्रिये अभिचारे कृष्णवर्णं
स्मितवर्णं धनागमे
उत्तरे शान्तिकामस्तु वश्ये पूर्वमुखो जपेत् दक्षिणे मारणं प्रोक्तं पश्चिमे च धनागमः मोहनं सर्वभूतानां बन्धमोक्षकरं भवेत् देवराज प्रियकरं सर्वलोकवशं भवेत् सर्वेषां सम्बन्धकरं गुणानां च विवर्धनं दुष्कर्मनाशनं चैव सुकर्मसिद्धिदं भवेत् असिद्धं साधयेत् काव्यं नवग्रहभयापहम् दुःस्वप्ननाशनं चैव सुस्वप्नफलदायकम् सर्वशान्तिकरं नित्यं तत्कावन्यासपुत्रदम् अवैधव्यकरं श्रीराम
सौभाग्यदायकं सदा
आयुरारोग्यमैश्वर्य पुत्रपौत्रप्रवर्धनम् अकमन्तः श्रीविराम
मोक्षानुवाप्नुयात् वेदाभ्यां समामात् लाभते चान्यजन्मनि सर्वदुःखं भयं विघ्नं नाशयेच्छाकारकम्
सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं धर्मार्थकाममोक्षदम् यं यं चिन्तायते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति निश्चिताम् कामितस्य कामधेनो कल्पना कल्पपादपाः चिन्तामणि चिन्तितस्य सर्वमङ्गलकारकम् मोक्षहेतुर्जपे नित्यं मोक्षश्रियम् अवाप्नुयात् योगकामो जपेद्यो वै तस्य कामफलप्रदम् जपे च तक्षसौलश्च गाणपत्यश्च वैष्णवाः शैवश्च सिद्धिदं देवे सत्यं सत्यं न संशयाः अथ काम्य जपे स्थानं कथयामि वरानन्दे सागरे वा सवितीरे गवाहवे शक्तिदेवालये गोष्ठे सर्वदेवालये शुभे वटे च धात्रिमूले वा मते वृन्दावने तथा पवित्रे निर्मले स्थाने नित्यानुष्ठानतोऽपि वा निर्वेदन्यं नमोऽन्यं
तपामेकं समाचरे
श्मशाने भयभूमौ वट्टमूलान्तिके तथा सिद्ध्यन्ति धातुरे मूले चित्तवृक्षस्य सन्निधौ गुरुपुत्रो वरमुखस्तस्य सिद्ध्यन्ति नान्यथा शुभकर्माणि सर्वाणि दीक्षाव्रततपंसि च संसारमलनाशार्थं भवपाशानिवृत्तये दुर्गीताम्बसे स्नानम् स एव च गुरुसाक्षात् सदा सद्ब्रह्मवित्तमा तस्य स्थानानि सर्वाणि पवित्राणि न संशयाः सर्वशुद्ध पवित्रोऽसौ स्वभावाद्यत्र तिष्ठति तत्र देवाः सर्वे
क्षेत्रे पुत्रे वसन्ति
आसनस्था शय्यानो वा तिष्ठन् वदन्नपि अश्वारूढो गजारूढः सुप्तो वा जागृतोऽपि वा शुचिस्मश्च सदा ज्ञानी गुरुगीता जपेन्नतो तस्य दर्शनमात्रेण पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते समुद्रे च यथा तोयं क्षीरे क्षीरं घृते घृतम् इन्ने कुम्भे तत्रैव ज्ञानी जीवात्मा परमात्मा लीयते ऐक्येन रमते ज्ञाने
यत्र तत्र दिवानिशाम्
एवं विदो महामुक्ता सर्वदा वर्तते बुधा तस्य सर्वप्रयत्नेन
भावभक्तिं करोति यः
सर्वसंदेहरहितो मुक्तो भवति पार्वती मुक्तिद्वयं तस्य ध्रुवग्रे च
सरस्वती
अन्येन प्राणिनः सर्वे गुरुगीता जपेन तु सर्वसिद्धिं प्राप्नुवन्ति
मुक्तिं न संशयात्
सत्यं सत्यं पुनः सत्यं
धर्मं सत्यं मयोरितं गुरुगीता समं नास्ति सत्यं सत्यं वरानने एको देव एक धर्म एकनिष्ठा परं तपः गुरुपरतरं नान्यत् नास्ति तत्त्वं गुरुपरम्
माता धन्या पिता धन्यो धन्यो वंशाकुलं तथा धन्या च वसुधा
देवी गुरुभक्ति सुदुर्लभा
शरीरमिन्द्रियं प्राणान् चतुर्जनबन्धवा माता पिता कुलं देवी
गुरुरेव न संशयः
न कल्पजन्म न कोट्या जप उत तप क्रियाः तत्सर्वं सफलं देवी गुरु सन्तोषमात्मता विद्या तपो बलेनैव मन्दभाग्याश्च ये नराः गुरुसेवां न कुर्वन्ति
सत्यं सत्यं वरानने
ब्रह्म विष्णु महेशश्च देवर्षि पितृकिन्नराः सिद्धचारण यक्षश्च
अनेके मुनयो जनाः
गुरुभावा परं तीर्थम् अन्यतीर्थं निरर्थकम्
सर्वतीर्थाश्रयो देवी
परमाप्नुयात् हीनकर्म त्यजन् सर्वम्
स्थानानि च रमाणि च
जपं हीना सन्नं कुर्वन् हीनकर्मफलप्रदम्
गुरुगीतात्रयानेव सङ्ग्रामे कुसङ्कटे
जपेन्द्रियमवाप्नोति मदने मुक्तिदायकम्
सर्वकर्म च सर्वत्र गुरुपुत्र सिद्ध्यति
रहस्यं नो वाचं तवाग्रे कथितं मया सुगोप्यं च प्रयत्नेन
ममांसं च प्रियात्विति
स्वामिमुक्त्या गणेशादि विष्णुवादिनां च पार्वती मनसापि न
वक्तव्यं सत्यं सत्यं वदाम्यहम्
अतीव पक्वचित्ताय श्रद्धाभक्तियुताय च प्रवक्तव्यमिदं देवी
ममात्मासि सदा प्रिये
अभक्ते वञ्चके धूर्ते आखण्डे नास्तिके न वे मनसापि न वक्तव्यम्
गुरुगीता कराचना संसारसागर समुद्रानेकमात्रं ब्रह्मादिदेवमुनिपूजितस्य मन्त्रं दारिद्र्यदुःखभवरोगविनाशमन्त्रं वन्दे महाभयहरं गुरुराजमन्त्रम्
श्रीस्कन्दपुराणे उत्तरखण्डे ईश्वर पार्वती संवादे गुरुगीता
समाप्ता श्रीगुरुदेव चरणात् नमस्तु
नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे ईश संसारहारिणे भक्त सर्वश्रेष्ठकार्यैकदेहाय नमस्ते चित्सदात्मने
निर्वासनं निराकाङ्क्षं सर्वदोषविवर्जितं
निरारम्भं निरातङ्कं
नित्यानन्दं
नमाम्यहम्
निर्ममं निराकारं
समालोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनम्
समदुःखसुखनिरं आवरुतं नमम्यहम् अविनाशी एकविघ्नाय तत्त्वता विकरालभयक्रोधं नित्यानन्दं नमम्यहम् नामदेवो न मे देवो जीवनामामिति एवंविघ्नाय
सन्तुष्टम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम्
नमम्यहम्
समस्तं कल्पनामात्रं यत्मा मुक्ता सनातना विज्ञाय सन्तुष्टम्
नित्यानन्दं नमम्यहम् कर्माणां कामसङ्कल्पवर्जितं
हेयोपादेयैनन्तम्
अवधूतं नमम्यहम् सर्ववेदेव यो योगी सुखं भोगं न वक्ष्यति यदृच्छा
शालावसन्तुष्टम्
नित्यानन्दं नमम्यहम्
नैव निन्दापशंसाभ्यां
यस्य विक्रियते मनः
आत्मवीरं महात्मानम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम्
नित्यं जाग्रत् अवस्थायां स्वप्नवद्योऽवतिष्ठते
निश्चिन्तं चिन्मयात्मानं
नित्यानन्दं नमम्यहम् द्वेषं नास्ति प्रियं नास्ति नास्ति अस्याशुभाशुभम् वेदज्ञानविहीनं अवधूतं नमम्यहम् जडं पश्यति नो यस्तु जडं पश्यति चिन्मयम् नित्यानन्दं नमम्यहम् यो हि दर्शनमात्रेण भवते भुवनत्रयम् पावनं जगमतीर्थम् अवधूतं नमम्यहम् सर्वभुजं सदापूर्णम् अखण्डानन्दविग्रहम् स्वप्रकाशं चिदानन्दं नित्यानन्दं नमम्यहम् निष्कलं निष्क्रियं शान्तं निर्मलं परममृतं
गणेशपुरीवासीनाम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् योगपूर्णं तपोमूर्तिं प्रेमपूर्णं
सुदर्शनं
ज्ञानपूर्णं कृपामूर्तिं
नित्यानन्दं नमम्यहम्
दुर्जना सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जना शान्तिमाप्नुयात् शान्तो मुच्चेतबन्धेभ्यो मुक्तशान्याभिमोक्षये स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण न महीमहेशाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी शस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वो भद्राणि स्वस्ति गोभ्यो जगते पुरुषेभ्यः सुविधत्वं नो अस्तु युगे वदोषेमसूर्यम् ॐ शान्ति 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 आरति सदा गुरु सदा Paga paga parate te prakasha te kirane जब से शरण तुम्हारी आए अमृत से हे पल्लव जब से शरण तुम्हारी आए अमृत से हे पल्लव शरण तुम्हारी हुए हम पाकर सतपथ धन करो कृपा सतगुरु जगतार सतपथ धन जय हो नित्य ज्योति दिखलाए पाले नित्यानंद सदगुरु सत्यपात शक्तिपात कर के वास कलेश पुनि भव भाग Hare Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Muktanandaya Gurave Shishya Samsara Harine Bhakta Kavyaigadehaya Namaste Chitsadatmane Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidanandamurtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Nilalambaya Tejase Om Sahana Vavata Sahanao Bhunakta Sahaviryam Karva Vahe Tejas Vina Vaditamastu Ma Vidvisha Vahe Om Shanti 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 Sat Gurunath Maharaj Ki. With great respect and love, welcome everyone here to Satsang. So we complete 10 days of this visit, of this trip. And we've done a lot in 10 days. We began with a visit by Mahamandleshwar Swami Vishweshwaranji, who happened to be here in the US traveling at the time. He's back in India, and a lot. We had people here from everywhere these last 10 days, and Thanksgiving. And I'll leave with Larry's 2 words, gathering goodness. It's a new phrase. It does exist on Google. So Larry cannot take credit for it. I thought it was a new term. But there are people in Oregon who have been gathering for goodness. Therefore, trying, I guess, to do some good things as people do on the West Coast, in between the rain, in between all of the other things that they do. This is a little town, Medford, Oregon, where people gather as a band, as a group of people to hopefully awaken goodness. And somebody's written a book, and the book is about her own life, and in the little blurb they write, she seeks God's plan and meets life's challenges with determination and joy. Gathering goodness is a story of friends, family, and being thankful for everything instead of allowing bad experiences to steal our joy and faith. So I thought appropriate for Thanksgiving, being thankful for everything, being grateful for everything, which is what our intensive yesterday was about. And again, Larry also shared a series that I think everybody should look up. What was it called? The Life. What was the name of the series? By Morgan Freeman. Does God exist?
Does God exist, and does evil and good exist?
It's Morgan Freeman. Does God exist? And possibly something we could all look at, because I often find in all of my years of being on this path, we read books, we listen to lectures, we attend workshops, and whatever else is available now. Apps is another thing. But the question arises is how much of the goodness is actually awake in our hearts, in our minds, in our being. It's a big question I have. I don't know if you have this question. Because I think to myself, we portray goodness, and the world often thinks of people as, wow, so sweet. But then you talk to their family or talk to their close people, and then you wonder, am I seeing the wrong side of the coin? And so, for me over the years, the conversations I have, which I've shared here often at Satsang, What I learned, especially from Amuleshwar Swami Brahmananda ji, is that the person you meet in the bedroom, the person you meet in the living room, the person you meet in the dining room, the person you meet on stage, and the person you meet anywhere or everywhere should be the same person. That's a challenge. Because we have so many masks we put on, and COVID has made it easier now. We don't know what is going on behind the mask. I know I go to places, sometimes somebody tells somebody, take off your mask, show me your smile. And I think to myself, but what if they don't want to smile, especially to you? You know? Especially they don't feel like it right now in this moment. And especially with the commanding order that is given that take your mask off and smile. Well, I will take my mask off, but I don't feel like smiling, especially. I think it should be a natural occurrence, like fragrance in a flower, in a natural flavor. In a natural flower, there's natural fragrance. These are all shop-grown and nursery-grown, so I don't vouch for that. But when you have a garden that's naturally grown, the fruit, the flowers, the vegetables, all of them, has that fragrance with us. Somebody said, be as a bird perched on a frail branch that she feels bending beneath her, the branch bending beneath her. Still, she sings away all the same, knowing that she has wings. A frail bird, or a bird sitting on a frail branch, the branch is bending. The bird is aware of that branch is bending. Yet, because it knows I have the wings to fly away. So when I think of this, I think of situations in life we find ourselves. Dana mentioned that everybody was on their best behavior at the Thanksgiving lunch. And I think it's so funny when I go to such gatherings or meetings or where people come together and you realize everybody is actually very conscious not to say the wrong thing or the right thing, depending on how you look at it. And you can just feel that there are conversations, but those conversations do not actually have any depth, do not actually go anywhere. It's okay, and we have made it not okay, to sometimes have a small eruption, if I may say so. To sometimes have a little bit of a zing to the conversation, because it's a passion that the individual has, especially with a particular subject sometimes, or with a particular issue. But we can still continue gathering goodness and still continue that it's an opinion, it's a thought. And over the years, again, I've told myself, when somebody says something, it's an opportunity to look at maybe a dark corner of your own mind or life. A corner that we sometimes don't want to go to because it's painful. For example, when you pick up these dining tables in the dining room, you'll find crumbs of food underneath. Now, it's not that the person sweeping every day puts the crumbs of food underneath, but it's just the nature, as we all know, of spaces. It collects cobwebs, it collects fuzzballs, and you sit in the sofa, sometimes you put your hand too far in, you might get the wrong thing, or you might get a coin. Whatever it is, we won't discuss that. But it's how life is. Situations arise, situations occur, but remember this phrase, gathering goodness. And I think all Larry was doing that morning was pranaming to Bhagwan, pranaming to the seat, pranaming to Baba, and when they came out into the connector, somebody pointed them, go pranam again. So Larry came pranam, he said, gathering goodness. And I got what he meant and what he said. And I've often shared this, that when we go to a place of worship, if we could just allow ourselves to just melt, allow all of the limitations to just be. As somebody I think it's a Greek person named Euripides, it's the first time I heard the name, says that person is happiest who lives from day to day and asks no more, garnering the simple goodness of life. That person is happiest who lives from day to day, asks no more, garnering the simple goodness of life. So it goes along with the story I shared yesterday at the intensive. 3 days go by, there is no food, there is no shelter. Yet the monk says, thank you, offers gratitude to that divinity. And the disciples can't understand. We don't have a place to stay, we don't have food to eat. Who are you offering gratitude to? What are you offering gratitude to? And the sage says, I'm simply offering gratitude to existence. I am here. We are here. We are allowed to exist. We are allowed to be a part of this existence. So be grateful to that. I often feel that modern day society makes us think and feel that I have a right to be here. Sorry, in my 40 years of travel, I find this in modern societies. Modern education has made us think and feel that I have a right to be here. But always remember, nature will always win over you. That's a fact. Nature will always win, no matter how good, how strong, how whatever you might think you are. But what will save you is this gathering goodness. If you hear miraculous stories or wonderful stories or magical stories and you wonder why, I think the magic is in the goodness of that individual. And that individual has been good consistently all through life. I don't understand such people. I'll make my disclaimer here. When I find even-minded people, I wonder what is wrong with them. Because I have my, flaming volcanoes and so on and so forth. So when I meet somebody who throughout his or her life has been in equipoise or equanimity, I think, wow, is that possible? So I guess it's possible. And so we'll all leave with these thoughts, gathering goodness. I think it's really simple. You can just write it down, gathering goodness. You can post it around your house. And we have an acharya at Magod whose phone every 20 minutes says, Jai Shri Ram, in the sound or voice of his grandson. So I said, is your phone ringing? He said, no, it's a reminder every 20 minutes to remember God. It's in the voice of my grandson. So I think of him, I listen to his voice, I think of Jai Shri Ram. So whatever it is that works for us to gather goodness. Because see, we have envy, we have jealousy, we have hatred, we have all of these things. That's free. That's there. And no matter how good we think we are, it's like those cobwebs. It's like the crumbs of food under the table. It's like the, dark corner that we don't like to sweep. But this constantly gathering goodness, moving the table, moving the something, or whatever it is that gathers that dust. So therefore yesterday I said, venture out of your comfort zone, out of your limitation. Don't think it is a right. Just be grateful for what life brings to us. We have actually no idea. I often share this. Shortly, a few days before I left India, a person died of cancer. This morning I received a message. I talked to this person on the phone before I left. They had throat cancer, died of cancer. We'll go to visit Devi and his dad tomorrow. He's been diagnosed with blood cancer, I think, right? Blood cancer. I lost my mother and sister to cancer. So, whenever somebody dies, I often hear this comment. Like, the individual is surprised, as if they died. And I look at them like, what did you expect? As if I always think of this verse from the Srimad, from the Mahabharata. Was it? You said it's a scripture, maybe. It is an epic of India, but it has a lot of teaching. The Vishnu Sahasranam we chant here on Wednesdays comes from that. It's a dialogue, it's a conversation. The Srimad Bhagavad Gita comes from that. Here, it's a conversation between a spirit and Yudhishthira, asking what is the most amazing thing in human life? What is the most amazing thing in human life? So all his brothers go, nobody's able to answer. So Yudhishthira is one of the last ones to go. He says, Anya nigachanti bhutani yamamanditam sheshaha sthiramichanti kim aschare me mataha. Each and every single day, someone or the other, actually there's more than someone or the other, but so many die. So many leave their physical form. And they go. Yet those of us who live behind, those of us who stay back, act as if I'll be here forever. Right? We tell everyone, don't worry, I'm here. They're gone, it's okay. It was funny, I was sitting next to the lady whose husband had died. I sat next to her for over an hour. And I always think that it's a strange moment and you don't know what to say. And so different people would come up and say, Bhakti, stay strong. Bhakti, don't worry, we are here. And those she didn't know, she would just nod her head. And then I think a good friend came along and he patted her on the shoulder and said, stay strong. And she said, for what? And he just walked away. Because it's a rote we have gotten into to just say a statement. Think of it. It's like, is it necessary to say to whoever it is, stay strong? They are having a battle within themselves already for the period of time their spouse or child or whoever it is was sick. They've been going through the struggle of the battle. And they know this day, this moment is to come, and it has come. And here we come. Stay strong. Where were you the last 2 years, the 3 years, the 5 years? My mother lived for 6 months. My sister lived for 10 years. Where were we then telling the husband, stay strong? Were we there cleaning up? Were we there saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to stay a few days and cook some meals so you can just rest and relax and be with your loved one? We come on the last day because we've received the notice and we show up and we say, I'm gathering goodness now. Too late. I'm sorry if it's too frank or too out there. But I see this and I experience this. And I sat next to her for an hour and 10 or 15 minutes. And I just sat quietly. Sometimes she held my hand. Sometimes she just said, thank you. I just kept quiet because I thought, what do you say? Because I had met him in August. Because I knew he was going to pass. I didn't know when, but I happened to be there in the right place. So I thought I'll go visit him. So we spent 2 or 3 hours together. And it's going to happen to each and every one of us. We might go like that. That would be the best. That's my prayer. You just never wake up. Or you wake up, get ready for the day, and boom, gone. So somebody has a story to tell, because people who stay back have stories to tell. Guess what? He called me the night before he left. Oh wow, how wonderful. Guess what? We had dinner shortly before. And think, I know, I'm sure all of us have heard this, all of us have said this, and it's so funny when you think of it in the way I see it. And because in the work that I do, you get messages first of a birth, growing up, getting married, having a kid or kids, kids growing up, becoming grandparents, and then all of the joys that go along with life. And then one day, boom, they are gone. So what the sage yesterday tried to tell us, accept all of this with the same amount of gratitude. As Baba Muktananda would say, this too shall pass. So this too shall pass. Thank you all very much. I realize I can go on. So we'll take leave from all of you today. We'll go visit Devyani's father and go off back to India. We have the celebration at Shanti Mandir Mogod, and next month we have a big celebration in end of January and February, the inauguration of the ashram in Shanti Mandir Ganeshpuri. So it's come to a place where it should just get going, and then it will keep going. And with the grace of the Guru, we've already started some educational work there in the area. We have an individual named Nitin who's been there for 16 plus years, originally from Mumbai, who at some point decided there has to be more to life than just living life. So he ended up in Ganeshpuri and has been working with all of the local schools and villagers and so on and so forth, helping them become educated, help and guide them in their career as to where they should go. Because he said, sometimes you see a friend become something. So you think, oh, I'll also become that. But they have no interest in that subject or in that field. And if you ask them, why did you go? Well, he went. She went. So he said to actually sit down to have a conversation, to look at their skill sets and to guide them in the right way, so that 10, 20, 30 years later down the road, they feel that they've been able to get somewhere in life. Because not all countries have this facility like you have here, especially in the US, that you can change jobs, you can change partners, you can change homes, you can change anything, anywhere at the whim. But not all societies have this facility. You get with a job or you get with whatever it is in life, and you just have to go on with it for 30, 40 years. It's getting different now as more corporate systems are coming into India, into Asia, and more of the modern so-called changes that are coming. And you will hear that from different people. Some is welcome, some brings up a lot of questions, a lot of doubt. Some, of course, brings along with it changes like that. It brings along with it many things, and the wisdom that we have to have, the discrimination we have to have, is what to choose, what to hold on to. And I always think of the English saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. But we don't realize in the moment, the wisdom, the discrimination is not that to realize what is the baby and what is the bathwater. And so it's only later we realize, oops. So, anyway, we wish everyone well in that area, and I feel that for me, it has been 60 years since Bhagwan Nityananda, 61, left his body. It will be 40 years since Baba Muktananda left his form. And for all of us associated with that area of Ganeshpuri, with that town and village, I think people from around the world should come together, go above and beyond the politics, And maybe we can do something of this gathering goodness. So we've been at it. Bhaskar has been there since June 2016, putting forth his efforts. This place has come to be, despite many people thinking it was the wrong thing to do. But yet I agree that I also thought that just want to stay free. But yet there was this place, it's come about, it's got a structure on it now with 70 or so beds. So we'll start this educational initiative. We already have 2 young women who've come forward. One is married with a baby, and one is a widow with a baby. So 2 girls in the same situation in a way, wanting to help, wanting to do something. And so we pray that they are able to use their skill sets, because both of them worked with Nitin in their teenage years. And the one with the husband and the baby is very full of life, full of wish and desire that his childhood, because they also lived in the same village around Baba's ashram. And met the girl for the first time, and when I met her and she just introduced herself, as only later in the conversation she said that a few months ago my husband died, and now I need a way to raise the baby, send her to school. So I said, okay. So talking to again Nitin to create something so that the mind stays in a good place, because she was smiling, she was strong, she was willing. And I think that is a great quality in a person who is at a place in life that seems to have no future, but yet to gather goodness within his or her own being, and to come and say, okay, here is my situation, how do we go forward? And I'm sure that around the world that there are many such people. And my wish and desire is for all who are part of Satsang, no matter which tradition, which path, instead of us complaining about what is lacking in our life, we can think of what we can take that's good in our life and share it. Stop talking, start doing. Because a lot of times I find there's lots of meetings, lots of emails, lots of conference calls. You get what I'm saying, right? And there's nothing happening on the ground. So I'm the opposite. I don't have conference calls. I don't have Zoom meetings. And just feel that. Find those people who are willing to help, who are willing to support, who are willing to get their hands dirty and get going, that this is what needs to be done. This is what needs to happen. And I think many of us sometimes wait for the opportune moment, or for the right time, or for the right people. And I always tell people, you are there, begin. You are there in that moment, in that place. Start. Don't blame anyone else. Don't blame anything else. Don't think when I have the right beads, or the right outfit, or the right stone, or the right, whatever it is, the right partner, I'll get going. Sorry, I speak all this from a place in life where I feel a little bit achieved. I don't say this from ego, but I feel that I often share this in India sometimes when people think they need to explain to Swami Nityananda. I said to them, well, 4 ashrams later, a few gray hairs, 135 students at Sri Muktananda Sanskrit Mahavidyalaya, an English school that's in the making, Shanti Hastakala, Punarnava, we're doing pretty good. So a lot that's going on here with all of the various offerings, a lot that's going on at Shanti Mandir Kankhal with Naveen and 50 plus students who come to him on a daily basis to study Vedic chanting. And you see his commitment. When we think of commitment, I often think of Navinji, because I was just with him at the beginning of November, spent about 2 days with him. And because I'm there, his classes don't stop. And we'll be sitting together, and I think he's listening to the class, because they're chanting. And then he'll tell me 1 minute. First I didn't realize, but now I've come to realize that all he does is goes up and he corrects the one student who's made a mistake. Or he sits with that student, corrects, and then he comes back and I'll say, what happened? Good, no, nothing. But now that I have seen it, I realized that while he's with me, while we are talking, while others are visiting, while all of whatever is going on, his classes do not stop. He does not use the excuse that Swami Chidananda has come, so don't come for 2 days. Instead, he makes them all come, all dressed up, and he says, Swami Chidananda is here, come to see him. And I think when we think of this word commitment, dedication, and those who are committed and dedicated will not flaunt it at all, because they are too busy being committed, being dedicated, doing what needs to be done. If you are flaunting, well, we'll have a conversation. So thank you all very much for these wonderful 10 days, and enjoy, and see you soon. We'll end with Danya Danya and Jyota Sujata, right? Dhanya dhanya ho pradakshina Satguru Rayachi Zali Twara Suravara Vimana Uttarayachi. Padopadiya Paradalya Punya Charashi Padopadiya Paradalya Punya Charashi Sarvahitite Gadaliyama Adikashi Satguru Rayachi Anya. जहाँ भक्त कीर्तन करे, वहीं प्रेम दया, जहाँ हरि भावना करे, सब कुछ दिया आपने, बेंत करूं क्या नमस्कार बेंत करूं जड़ में दोनों हाथ नमस्कार बेंत करूं जड़ में दोनों पूर्णस्य पूर्णमदाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। शांति शांति शांति। सत महाराज की जय।
So this concludes our Sunday morning satsang here at Shanti Mandir Walden and Gurudev's surprise visit. So thank you, Gurudev, for your visit here with all of us. We'll hold that dear in our hearts all winter long and reflect on all that you have shared. And for those of you, our upcoming schedule here, the December calendar will go out shortly. So that will have our December programs on it. And then also in December, we'll have our December 31st, our New Year's Eve chant. But also on that same day, that will be the day of the in-person intensive here for the January 1st intensive. So it'll be December 31st, and it'll be globally sent to everybody on January 2nd. Okay, so December 31st here at the ashram in person, for those of you who can join us, and then January 2nd, everyone will receive the links for that intensive. That'll have Gurudev's New Year message on it, and also Gurudev's recording for that intensive session has already been done here during this visit, so not to be missed. So that's December 31st, and then the evening chant till midnight, that'll be on December 31st after the intensive. And then on Sunday, we'll have our first Guru Gita of the new year. So everyone in person, please do come. And as everybody knows, for the last few years, we've done accommodations complimentary during those nights. So please, that's the ashram's offering to you for all that you contribute all year round. So definitely December 31st, January 1st, and probably the 30th as well, so because everyone will come in for the intensive. I just realized that's the Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So please make sure to be here if you can. And then coming up, as Gurudev mentioned, so in Ganeshpuri, they will have the inauguration of the ashram there in Shanti Mandir, Ganeshpuri, Shanti Mandir, Nimboli. That'll be on February 6th, February 5th. And then we look forward to Gurudev's return here at Shanti Mandir Walden, and that looks like, as of this moment, that's going to be somewhere in the April, May, and June. So keep that time slotted on your calendars. And also, for those of you who have been inquiring with regards to the Understanding the Siddha Path, the course, we had it last year for the first time. That is going to continue this year. And our level 1 and continue to June 11th. And then level 2, that will start in September on the Labor Day weekend, which is September 2nd until September 17th. So keep these save the dates on your calendar. You will get an announcement as well via email, so that'll be out soon. But with that, at least you have the dates right now. So looking forward to seeing everybody in the upcoming weeks to come. Again, we gather every Saturday evening here for Kirtan, Sunday morning for Sunday morning Satsang. That continues throughout the winter, and also the daily schedule in the temple up at the Srinivas building. So everyone's invited to come up for darshan, followed by lunch prasad, and see you all very soon. Sadhgurunad Maharaj Ki Jai.